Over $1,200. Gone. Across 5 different ways people say you can make money with AI. I made zero from all of them. Not slow growth, not still building. Zero from every single one. And here's the thing nobody tells you before you start. None of these methods failed because they don't work. They failed because of what they actually cost, and nobody says that part out loud. So here's what each one really takes. Real numbers from someone who spent the money. By the end of this, I'll tell you which one I'd pick if I started again tomorrow. And it's not the one you'd expect. Let's start with the one everyone recommends first. AI Faceless YouTube channels. The pitch is simple. AI writes the script, AI makes the voice, you upload, ad revenue arrives. No camera, no face, no skill required. I ran this for 3 weeks, used AI tools for scripting, mostly posted shorts. Results? 147 subscribers. Best video hit 21,000 views. That sounds like it's working. It isn't. Here's what nobody mentions. To get monetized on shorts, you need 10 million views in 90 days. 10 million. My best video did 21,000. That's not close. That's a rounding error. And the tools I actually needed for good editing? Not available in India. So the workaround took longer than the work. The real cost of Faceless YouTube isn't money, it's time. 6 months minimum before you see $1, and most channels die at month 2. Which brings me to what I tried next, selling AI-generated digital products, prompt packs, templates, Notion setups, the stuff that sells itself while you sleep, supposedly. I built communities on School and Nos.io, made templates, listed them on Etsy and Pinterest, spent between $700 and $900 on subscriptions and marketing. Sales? Zero. Now here's what I actually learned, and this one hurt. The product was never the problem. The problem was that nobody knew I existed. Making the template took 2 days. Getting one person to see it took forever, and I never solved it. Digital products aren't a product business. They're a distribution business wearing a product costume. If you don't already have an audience, you're not selling, you're just making files. So what about the option that skips the audience problem entirely? E-commerce and dropshipping, Shopify store, paid ads, the classic, $300 plus on advertising. Zero sales, not one order. And this is where the honest cost gets brutal. Paid ads are a skill, a real one. Not boost post, actual testing, creatives, audience research, iteration. $300 is not a budget. $300 is one experiment. People who make dropshipping work spend that in a week and treat it as data. If you can't lose $2,000 learning, you can't compete with people who can. Which is why the next one seemed smarter. AI freelancing and marketplaces. Fiverr, Etsy, Pinterest, sell services and templates, no ad spend needed. I tried all 3. Earnings? Zero. The problem here is different. It's not money, it's position. Every new seller on Fiverr is invisible. You're page 40 of search results competing on price with people whose cost of living is lower than yours. And I'll be direct about something else. There's a lot of fraud on these platforms. Fake orders, chargeback scams, buyers who vanish. That's a cost too, even when it's not in money. Freelancing works, but it works when you bring clients to the platform, not when you wait for the platform to bring them to you. So, last one. And this is the one I still believe in most. AI affiliate marketing. Promote tools, earn commission. Shopify's program, and a few smaller ones. 3 to 4 months of consistent effort. Zero. Here's why, and this took me too long to see. Affiliate marketing pays you for traffic. That's it. It doesn't matter how good your review is, how honest you are, how well you write. If nobody reads it, you earn nothing. I was trying to monetize an audience before I had one. That's the whole story, and that's the pattern underneath all 5. Look at them together. Faceless YouTube failed on distribution. Digital products failed on distribution. Dropshipping failed on paid distribution. Freelancing failed on platform visibility. Affiliates failed on traffic. 5 different methods. One identical problem. None of these are business models. They're all monetization models. They assume you already have attention, and then they charge you to convert it. Nobody sells you that part because build an audience for 18 months first doesn't sell courses. And I did have proof of this the whole time, sitting right in front of me. My Instagram, Punjabi self-improvement content, 5,400 followers. Genuine engagement, real comments, people actually watching. That's the one thing that worked, and I couldn't monetize it because I'd built it without any product to connect it to. I had the audience on one side and the products on the other, and I never joined them. So what am I doing now? I'm learning French. Seriously, 4 to 5 hours a day, targeting the TEF and TCF exams that Canadian immigration requires. And while learning, I noticed something. The prep tools are bad, expensive, outdated, or built for classrooms instead of people studying alone at 11 at night. So I'm building one. It's called ScoreRoute. Now, I want to be careful here because I just spent 8 minutes telling you not to trust people who oversell. ScoreRoute has made nothing so far. It might fail like the other 5. But it's different in one specific way, and that's the only reason I'm mentioning it. I'm building it for a problem I have. I'm inside the audience. I know what the exam feels like, I know what's missing, and I know exactly where the people preparing for it gathered. Because I'm in those groups. That's not a monetization model. That's a distribution advantage I already own, which is the thing all 5 of the others were missing. So, the question from the start, which one would I pick if I started tomorrow? None of them. I'd spend the first year building an audience around something I genuinely know. No monetization, no products, no ads, just attention. Then all 5 of those methods start working, because they were never the problem. Not having anyone to sell to was. That's the $1,200 lesson. I'm handing it to you for free. If that saved you even one bad subscription, subscribe. I'll keep posting what actually happens, including the parts that don't work. See you in the next one.